Hello and welcome to the Final Frontiersmen, a YouTube channel about all things Trek with a heavy focus on the Star Trek Adventures role-playing game by Modifius. I'm your host Bill, and today I want to share with you some of the resources that I use for my own Star Trek Adventures game. You may have seen it on the channel Star Trek Next Frontier. We play online, so a lot of these resources are designed for running online. So I'm hoping if you're thinking about doing an online game, or even if you're not doing online, there are still a lot of really good, helpful, amazing, actually, resources that I want to point out to you. I've mentioned them in other videos, but today I'm actually going to showcase them. This isn't going to be a review. This isn't going to be a comparison of similar services for the different things I'm talking about. This is just going to share what I personally use. Not necessarily recommend, but it does the job for me. So with that said, let me jump into the tiny window down here and let's talk about what I use when I run my game online. Again, I said my game Star Trek Next Frontier, we do it online because my players are spread all over the world. We got 2 in the US, 1 in the UK, 1 in South Africa, 2 in Germany, 1 in Thailand, 1 in Australia, and myself in Japan. It's really hard to organize, and we need a lot of different resources to help make it go smooth. So these are what the resources are. First of all, for us, we want to do voice and video. Not everyone uses video, but we want to use a live stream type setup. Even though we don't stream, we want to be live playing face to face, even though we're not around the table. Many people do play by post, and I'll get to that later because one of the big resources I want is great for play by post. But we use Zoom. You could use any of these video conferencing apps like Skype, Google Hangouts, if that even exists, Discord, that's the one that's coming up soon. But we use Zoom simply because one of my players has a Zoom account. Now, again, technically, I don't recommend it. It sounds weird to say. I don't recommend it. Like, yeah, you definitely use Zoom. It does what we want it to do. It's very expensive. It's extremely expensive. But it has been reliable. It has been easy to record on. It has been easy. You could even record audio if you want that separate for any kind of streaming, or just recording and uploading your videos later for video editing. It does a good thing. You can see here we have the background change. I changed the background on mine. One of the players in my game, he is astounding at finding great backgrounds for every scene that we are in. So you could change the background easily. A lot of services also do that too. I think Discord, you have to pay, everybody has to pay an fee to have the access of customizing your background. At least that's what it looked like the one time we were all going to switch to there. We're sticking with Zoom. I'm sure we're going to move away from it someday. But if you want to do a actual face-to-face or video thing, you're going to need a conferencing thing. Bam, Zoom. Now for the next, I'm probably going to start showing some web browsers. So the next really big resource is a virtual tabletop. It's not necessary for Star Trek Adventures. Everything you could do in Star Trek Adventures, it's a heavily narrative game, as I'm sure you might know. You could do a theater of the mind. You don't need a virtual tabletop. There's many out there. There's Fantasy Grounds, I believe, has a more robust Star Trek Adventures module actually built into it. I don't use that. I've been using Roll20. Roll20 I've been using since we started this for years. So let's see if I could get that on there. And yeah, there is my Roll20 page, or at least one of the pages I have on Roll20. The reason why I use Roll20 at the time, well, I was using it for free. It's just an easy place to put images, starships, characters, backgrounds, planets that I want to use. It was a very simple, no fuss way of sharing these kind of images with my players in my game. Again, you don't even need images, you don't need that, but I like the visuals. I think a lot of Star Trek ships are cool, the uniforms are cool, the planets and spatial phenomenon can look astounding. So I like having that. Plus, the main reason why we got it, you see here one of the tabs, the journal tab, everyone can make their own character. You have your character image, your avatar put on it, but if you open it up, you get the character sheet. This character sheet has been improved recently. I think within the last 6 months it has really been improved. It wasn't touched for years before that, but it's your standard Star Trek Adventures character sheet. The really good thing about it, aside from having it built in and everyone can check anyone's stats at any time to see what you're up to, the character, or I should say the dice roller in the character sheet, you click whatever attribute and whatever discipline that you need for the roll. Let's say Commander Locke here is going to fire his phaser, so it's a control and security. You go over to dice roller, focus use on close combat, maybe no focus used on there. Complication range, standard is 1. Task roll, standard is 2 dice. He's not spending any points. All you do is click this button here, and it goes straight into the chat. And you see, he rolled 2 successes. He rolled 2d20s. Both of them rolled a success. The first one you could check here by hovering over. It rolled a 5. Second one also rolled a 5. Look at that. How astounding is that? He rolled 2 5s. So you know automatically you got 2 successes. Now, if you want to roll challenge dice for the damage or whatever you need, you could type in the value of the dice you need here. Or if he's firing a weapon he has his phaser type 2 on the sheet. It has its damage rating here. You just click that. It's a damage rating of 3. And bam, it comes out in the chat. 2 hits, 2 effects, 2 hits, 1 effect. So 2, 4, 6, 7 hits it scores and 3 effects. Now you might be saying, hey, wait a minute, it says 3, but there's 7 points there because it automatically adds the value, the base damage of the weapon with your character's security. So it does the calculations for you. So if you do use Roll20 sheet, just be sure don't type in the damage that might be on your character sheet, your physical character sheet, by calculating the weapons by going through the book. Just make sure you put the base damage of whatever the weapon or the attack is. Otherwise, yeah, it's really, really simple to use. You could upload images. Like I said, you have the built-in chat here. There's also voice and video chat, but it didn't really work to our advantage. You could have music. You could do playlists. There's a lot of things you can really play around with if you want to go deep in on it. I don't go that deep. I just use it for visuals. It does what I need it to do. Roll20, any other virtual tabletop. I believe, again, Fantasy Grounds has a more robust one, and Roll20 has gotten more official Star Trek Adventures stuff added to it, so you could buy some of the rule books and have it here in Roll20. But otherwise, back to Journal GM Tools, I just have pages from the book that I need. I have handouts here for the players so they could check, for example, the conflict reference, the things that come with the what is it, I'm blanking, the Game Master screen or the board cube. Share this so everyone has a quick reference here. There's a lot of just handy little things you could do on Roll20 and all of the virtual tabletops. So if you need one, which it's not necessary for STA, but if you need one, find the one that works best for you, that you find easiest to use. Bam, there it is. Now the next thing I want to share with you is not a web browser. Actually, I'm going to share with you Discord. Everyone knows what Discord is, probably, but Discord is really a great chat. A lot of gamers use it, role-playing games, video games, but it's also good for any kind of group chat you want to make. Probably the most popular right now, especially in the gaming world. Now, here's why it's a good thing. Let's see if I could share it with you. There we are. There's one of the test pages. This is the Next Frontier channel. that we have all our stuff in, so we could chat about the game session, what we know. I have an episode guide that I really need to update. Episode of Final Frontiersmen. I hear they're good. I want to check them out someday. Just a bunch of things. You could customize your channel however you want. It also has voice chat. It also has video chat. Again, we don't use it because one of the players has Zoom. He lends us his Zoom account. We use that. Plus, as I said, I think everyone needs to have a paid account to do fully customizable backgrounds. I don't know. Again, this might be good for you, so you might need nothing more than Discord. But the best thing, the reason why you should have Discord, even if you're not going to use it for chat or anything else, is the Major bot. It's called Major bot. It's Major here on the side, but the name of the bot you want to download when you get Discord, search on Google for Major bot. This thing is astounding. This is one of the greatest resources you could use for Star Trek Adventures, whether or not you're playing online. If you have your laptop or your tablet open next to you as you're running the game, amazing reference material. This bot will tell you all the details of the things you need in the game. It'll tell you the rules for the different concepts in the games. It'll give you references. It'll give you dice rolling. You can roll your dice, for example. Let's do it down here. You just do /D. You don't even have to do that. You could select from the menu that pops up D20. It's going to be a D20. The default is already 2 dice, so you don't have to mess with that right now. Target, well, let's say we're still doing Commander Locke's phaser. So he has a 12. Now you could just roll straight up there if everything else is standard, or you could customize. What's the difficulty? Well, it's firing a phaser, so difficulty 2. What's the critical range? Okay, critical range, he doesn't have a focus, so it's 1. Complication, now again, you don't have to go through all these. If you don't need it, you could just hit enter, but just for example. And dice, it's all automatically 2 dice, so we're not going to fudge with that. Hit enter, and bam, there we go. Target 12, difficulty 2, critical range of 1, it shows. Has 1 success. It rolled a 16 and rolled a 2. So 1 success is there. Very, very easy. Very, very simple. Right there, you could roll the dice in the game. You don't even need those fancy Roll20 character sheets. But another amazing thing that it does, well, you could see up here, like looking up what the different actions are. You could search and see exactly what they are. Here's the different properties for things. Such a good reference. But here it is. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. The Technobabble generator. I love Technobabble, and there's a great chart in the Operations Division's source book, but Major can give you random Technobabble on her own. So and there it is, because I use it enough, Babble. Just click Babble and enter. It will DM it to you. So hey, look, Major's sending me a message here. So we come into our DMs and we see that the Technobabble generated by Major, she would like me to redirect the balanced thermionic displacement coupling. Well, how nice. We'll just go ahead and do that. So it's really, really cool that you could have that Technobabble thrown right there. And even Medical Babble, you could see up here, Medical Babble in March, it told me separate the degenerated microflora, wow, can't even say that, or flood pathogenic nerves. Why not? Medical Babble, here we go. What we have here, merge devolve synaptic potentials. Yes, do that. Why not? So fun, so great. MajorBot also has momentum tracking, threat tracking. You could even create support characters instantly, or even NPCs. There is so much that this does. It's like having an assistant running the game with you right here on Discord. You need something, you ask Major for it, and you get it right away. Players can use it, GMs can use it. One of the best things out there for Star Trek Adventures, hands down, regardless of playing online or offline. You owe it to yourself to check out MajorBot on Discord if you're playing this game. So highly, 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 highly recommend it. I know I'm not recommending everything, but I am recommending that. The next thing I want to bring up, the resource I use. Oh, yeah, we're going to do a big one. this is another website. This is the online character creator. This is not official, but it is supported by Modifius. So it's pretty much as official as it gets. The original one no longer works. It's still online, and a lot of people get confused and they keep going to the original one, which is no longer updated. But the BC Homes managed, the BC Homes curated and continued version is the one you should be using. So let's try to show that. And there it is, the Star Trek Adventures character creator. This is equal to MajorBot in just how amazing this is as a resource. Anytime you need to make a character for Star Trek Adventures, whether it's your own character, whether it's an NPC, whether it's a supporting character, you should be using this tool. I know it's fun to go through books and do everything pen and paper, by pencil, step by step. Yeah, that's great. This is all programmed into here. You could do it, and it does a lot more. But let's just go. Characters and starships. Select all or select none. Select none. Just the core book. Let's select all. You could do all the books. It pulls all the stats, all of the species, all of the talents, the values, everything that you would get from every single one of these books. It makes it available here for you, or you could pick and choose. It's up to your GM, whatever is going to be useful for yours. Lower Decks is going to be released shortly. I know it's already out for pre-order, but when it goes officially on sale, it will be available here in the character creator to use. Captain's Log. Captain's Log is a different beast altogether, but it's apparently going to be used here. It's maybe just to create a Captain's Log version character. It's going to be curious to see, but I'll get to that when I do a Captain's Log review. Then you choose what era is your character playing it. Let's say it's a next generation era. Click that. Main character, supporting starship. Let's say main. Okay, it's going to be Starfleet, Klingon, Allied. Your choice, Starfleet. Create. Select the species. Now let's make it random. Okay. Oh, we got human. How quaint. Then select 3 attributes to improve. There we go. There we go. So it just takes you step by step. You choose your talent. You go through to the next stage. It takes you the whole way through. So easy, so fast, so simple. And at the end, you will get a PDF. And there's a variety of types of PDFs they have available. Variety of layouts. Again, starships as well. Don't forget that. Not only click the wrong one. Talent overview. You can research all the talents in the game. If you're not sure what one of the talents that a character has, whether your own, a fellow player, or an NPC, you don't know what their talent does, you can look it up right here. It's a dictionary of talents. They also have tokens. This is pretty new. This is in the last few months or so. You can also create, it's kind of limited. It's not completely, it's more than it was the last time I checked. But you can create if you need for your game, you could create an avatar and a token for your character. Create the rank pips, change the division, change the uniform type. Oh, how nice. So it's your discretion how you want your character to look. Yeah, it's getting a lot better than it was even last time. It's improving more and more and more every time I look at it. There's also, where is it? Where was that? Let's see here. Oh, there it is. So Starship supporting character, and also you could create a space sector. This is honestly amazing. Random NPC. This is an amazing, amazing resource to have for your game. Again, even if you're not going to play online, you have to make a character anyhow. Might as well use this. If you're playing online, even better, even easier. It creates a PDF for you. You got it on your computer. You're ready to go. You're ready to use it for your online games. Love this generator. Love this character generator. BC Homes is doing an amazing job. Awesome, awesome work. If you are using the old generator, if you're looking at that, and I think, oh, I should go back to beginning too. If it doesn't have all of these resource books here, the source books that come out, you're using the outdated one, please search again. Look for the one that says BC Homes. All of these links are also going to be in the description of this video, so you can find it from there. Amazing stuff. Amazing, amazing. I love this thing. Next, I want to show, since we're talking about they have tokens on here and on Roll20, I like having visuals. Where do I get my visuals? Well, most of them I get from online. I just do Google searches when I need a background or just a random looking alien or a character like that. But there are a few specific sites that I actually use, and a lot of my players use too, for things like avatars and ships and whatnot. First of it is Sci-Fi Avatars, and it's sci-fiavatars.com. No dash in there, just sci-fi avatars, one word.com. This is a fun little site that the creator has made quite a number of avatars using actors as the character, as if they're portraying the character. So you choose what universe you want: Star Trek 2300s, Enterprise era, movie era, gender, race, and what uniform type do you want. And then you click submit results. You choose the color of the uniform. Let's do blue, science, and bam, there we go. Look, we have Ben Affleck as a Boolean. We have Matt Damon as a Boolean. They go well together. You got Michael Douglas as a Boolean. We all use these avatars in our game. They're easy, they're fun. I just like seeing these actors, and the creator of the site did a great job. They only have one stipulation. If you are going to use the avatars they create, do not make your own changes to these images. They are their works. They have created them. So any kind of alterations is against their one rule. They want you to use these avatars as is, and they find it to be insulting or disrespectful if you're going to take the work they did and make your own changes on it. It's an artist thing. I understand it completely. So just be respectful when you're using things that you yourself did not create. Okay, if you're getting it for free, you might as well be respectful of the people who put in the work for you. So it's a small price to pay, right? So Sci-Fi Avatars, there's a few other things, but I don't think the backgrounds are nearly as good as the avatars themselves. Another great place to get the avatars are, what's the next day? Oh, of course, Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online, the MMORPG video game. Great way to just jump in, create a character, take a screenshot, use that character as your avatar. Very simple, very easy. Plus the ships in the game. That's where I get the images for the ships that we use. Our Nova class DeGrasse Tyson. That comes straight from Star Trek Online. Plus Star Trek Online, if you haven't played it, you can actually buy 3D printed models of the ships that you design directly in game. It's amazing. That's why if you've seen me hold up the model of the DeGrasse Tyson that we use in Star Trek Next Frontier, I bought it directly through Star Trek Online. So cool. So amazing. Ships, backgrounds, video. This is how we made the opening movie. This is where all the graphics from the opening movie for Star Trek Next Frontier came from. And of course, avatars. One more source for images and those kind of assets is DeviantArt. Look, hey, that looks familiar. This is where I got the layout. This is where I got the layout that I use on the channel. This user here, Master Q2, I sent them a message. I said, I love your layouts. May I use them for my YouTube channel? And the person said, yeah, that's fine. I made it for people to use. Go ahead, have fun with it. So really nice, really generous people, and really talented people. As you can see, they have bridge designs here. This fall 2009. This person makes a ton of amazing starship interiors like this and other 3D renders you can see here on the side. What the heck is that stuff? Also, keep in mind, what the hell is all this stuff here? Keep in mind, maybe I'll blur out what some of these things are. Suggested deviants. Yeah, it does look kind of deviant on that side here. But deviant art does have a whole variety of art things. What is some of that stuff on the side there? Oh my god. I don't even want to know. Half tempted to click on it, but I'm not going to. But you can see here they have lots of interiors, lots of really great resources that a lot of different users on here make. But this Falk 2009 is one of the ones that makes a ton of them. Again, just go ask people if you could use it if you're not sure. But most of these creators put it out there and allow people to use it, again, with respect, with credit, as it goes. So please check it out, talk to them. It's a great source for images. Okay, and I think that's the end of the main resources that I use. So I guess I could turn that off. I will say a couple other resources though that I have, or maybe just one that I have used in the past, and I will bring it up now because maybe someone will be interested. It's called Sirenscape. Sirenscape is online soundboard. Well, it doesn't have to be online. You could use it offline too, but it's a soundboard for doing RPGs. You could play background noises, sound effects, music. They did have an online player. They do have an online player, so you could share the sounds with your players online if you're even connecting remotely, or you could download and have it an offline player and just play it in the room. They don't have anything for Star Trek, but with a paid account, you can make your own custom soundboards, custom I forget exactly what they call their sound setups there, but you could create your own. I made a very, very in-depth, detailed Star Trek soundboard full of things. I mixed sounds together. I created ambiances that you could play in backgrounds. They have things. It was amazing. The problem we had with it, we used it about 3 years ago or so. Back in the day when it was in beta, the online soundboard, I forget what it's called, or Sirenscape Online, whatever, half the players in the group could hear it and the other half couldn't. And it was always a different random half every time who could or could not hear it. So it just became frustrating after a while, and it was taking more of my attention away from GMing to look for the right sound I want to click on for it. And it wasn't giving me the payoff that I wanted because half the group couldn't hear it. I was paying for it. I wasn't getting what I wanted from it, so I had to drop it. It looks like it's a lot more refined now. It looks like there's no longer a beta. They have a smoother online sharing system. But we're now at the point where we haven't used it for so long that I have my groove now, and I don't think I want to get back into it just yet. But when I was using it, I thought it was amazing. If it worked perfectly back then, I would probably still be using it. Check it out. You might be interested in it if you want that more immersive experience by adding sound and music and just variety of different effects, audio effects into your game. Sirenscape, I do recommend you check it out. Aside from that, the PDFs from Modiphius, a lot of people still don't know that anytime you buy a book for Star Trek Adventures, Modiphius will give you the PDF for free, even if you don't buy directly from Modiphius. No matter where you buy your book from, contact Modiphius. They will send you the PDF. And if you have the PDFs, you have all the resource material right there for you if you're running a game online. Modiphius are so generous with this, I don't know if you want to call it offer, but with this service that they provide, that they're always giving the PDFs to you no matter where you buy the books from. It is so good. It is so helpful, especially for a GM like me who has to run online. So the PDFs from Modiphius of all of their books, that's, of course, one of the most major resources I use in my game. And I would say the last resource that I use is what I'm using right now. What I'm speaking to you on is OBS. OBS is the streaming and the recording application that is super easy to use. If I can use it, it's easy to use. You could make your layouts, you could design scene changes, you could do all sorts of things, and the more professional you are at streaming and recording and doing the YouTube stuff, not like me, then you could do a lot of fancy things with it. But if you just want to record, you just want to stream, extraordinarily easy, and it's a free application. So please, if you're interested in doing that step of being online, even if you're just going to record for your own benefit, just to look back on it someday down the road, OBS is a really great service, a really great application for that. And I think that's it. So yeah, those are the big resources that I use when I run my game online. If you're interested in any of them, all of the links will be down below. Currently, that's where YouTube has it, down below. I'm sure 10 years from now, somebody's going to stumble across right now like, idiots above you. But check out the links, or just use it as inspiration to look out for similar things that I talked about, and look for the one that's right for you. Find the right virtual tabletop, find the right online conferencing app, find the right application or source for all of your images, avatars, whatever. Look for what's best for you, but I hope I at least started you on that path, or given you some ideas of things you never even heard of that could help your game. If I did, then I served my purpose today. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much. I hope you come back and check us out in the future, or check out one of our other videos on the channel. But until next time, live long and prosper. As always, peace and long life. Be safe out there.